Hello and welcome back to your favorite video game podcast ever. We're the only podcast on Spotify. This is PixelHate. I'm Adam. I'm joined today by all of my friends and co-hosts. We have a packed house. There's Micah, Jamal, Chris, and Wope. We're all here.
Hello.
We have all joined together. We have all joined forces once more for the first time in about 3 weeks. Since episode 14, I believe, was the last time we were all together. We have a pretty packed show. We're going to start with good game, bad game. We got some trivia. We're going to talk about the console wars potentially dying out. And then we're going to wrap things up discussing the PlayStation showcase from last week. We may be a little bit late to the party, but, you know, better late than never. Because there are a lot of games that we want to discuss. There are a lot of games that caught our eyes. And there are a lot of games that we don't really care about, but I think are worth mentioning to at least that degree. But yes, so we're going to get things started with our good game, bad games of the week.
Good game, bad game.
Okay, so
I think we know.
Jamal, you can start this one.
Well, I'll put a slight remix to what everybody else is. My good game is when I actually streamed for the first time in months yesterday. Stream Tears of the Kingdom. I was gonna not show any story stuff, so then I was trying to make my way over to Hateno Village, did a couple shrines, I got jump, and then I made my way to the Woodland Stable. But I couldn't unlock the fairy because I didn't find, a certain thing I needed. So then follow a suggestion from Adam, like, oh, just do the fire temple. So I'm like, all right, cool. I went there and typical boss, I was like, hate this thing. But, beat it. It was smooth. And yeah.
Hey, I will say the way that you went about fighting it was very different than the way I went about fighting it.
Which is so cool in the hooves. That's why I love this game.
I love this game, dude.
Everybody's story is so different in this game. And we're all playing the same thing. So it's awesome.
What was your bad game?
My bad game? What was my bad game?
Take your time.
It's so hard. My bad game. Just try and learn how to set up the stream, I guess. Not like it was like the worst thing, but it was definitely just like a hassle trying to get all the overlays, set it all up. And then when I thought I had everything set, I had to update my driver so I can actually use OBS. But that wasn't too complicated. But yeah, that was probably my bad game, if anything. Just trying to set that whole process up. Again, just to make sure everything was running smoothly so I didn't have any hiccups when I first started off.
Right. Yeah, it's a bit of a hassle getting everything just kind of ordered and because we didn't go over Streamlabs when we all met up. So you kind of had to just learn that the way I did. But I'm really glad that we have through all the stuff that we used to create the designs and when I say we, I mean me. We can share that. We can share that through it's like a group account. And so I guess that kind of translates to my good game. My good game was watching you stream because not only was it cool to see someone else on the channel for the first time, and I want to say, when did you stream Frontiers? In like early February?
No, Frontiers came out in November, so that's probably
so it was before that. Time. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. So seeing that for the first time in at least 5 months, right? But not only that, but seeing the same things that I use on my streams, that was really cool to just witness. And even though I was really the only one watching you, but just not only seeing you use the same things, but then also go through the fire temple, and I had done that I don't know, early last week or whatever. But just excited to see how you react to what's there, because I guess this is a spoiler, but the fire temple's in the depths, and the depths themselves are terrifying. But then you come across that just massive structure just covered in lava, and you're like, what am I witnessing? So sorry, Chris, but
Yeah, I know Chris is trying not to listen.
It's your fault for not playing Breath of the Wild in a timely fashion.
He'll forget about all this shit by the
time. Yeah, his brain's fried. So I guess my bad game was actually right before we hopped on this podcast today, because Micah and I were playing some Gears 5 off stream, just casually playing with our friend Xavier. And the last game before we got on, we were playing a game of Gridiron, which basically you either have to eliminate the other team or you have to capture the flag, bring it to their end zone, and there's no respawns during each round. And so we jumped in the game. It was already like 3 rounds in, and we were winning, and then we like started just creaming them, right? And so we only needed one more game to win. It was like, so you need 13 points total. If you just eliminate all of them, then you get 2 points. If you score, then you get 2 points. But if you just outlast them, then you get 1 point, right? And so we had 11 points. They had like 4 or something, right? And you need 13 total to win. And so we're like, all right, no problem. We still have like 6 rounds. We'll beat them, no problem. They came back and whooped our asses for every round until the end of the game. It got like, they had like 8 points. It's like, okay, all right, we still have a little bit of cushion, but let's just, secure this real quick. Then it's 11-10. Okay, let's, kind of wrap this up. And then they needed one more game. It was the final round. They were like, there's no way this is going to happen, right? There's no way. This is nothing. This is nothing. We have a guy that has like 18 kills, right? He's elite. Nope.
You underestimate the Brazilian players.
Hey, Brazilians are crazy at that game.
Like, actually?
Yeah, but also we kind of just like anyone who's good at the game, we just call Brazilian. So
they hail the flags.
They do. The customization is pretty in depth to a degree. It's limited, but also in depth at the same time. So, anyways, that's my bad game. Screw Gears 5. Probably gonna stream it later tonight. So that's cool. Unless Jamal, you want to stream?
Yeah, I'll stream again.
All right. Wait, yeah, I didn't want to stream.
So your bad game is you getting your ass whooped.
Correct.
Okay, good. That actually ties into my bad game. So Knockout City, as we mentioned previously, is on its last days. And
that was done already.
No. Damn. It dies next month.
Get rid of it.
Maybe we can stream that. You want to stream some Knockout City?
Please. Because I tried to get on. So league play is officially done. Seasons are over. Damn. Very sickening, but you can still find a quick play match relatively quick. So I was on, so I was on there, but I could not buy a fucking win. Like I was getting my teammates were ass. I'm nice. Like I'm elite at this.
Wolpe is good.
But my teammates were shit. And it was just really irritating because I love the game and I still love that it's offering me some sort of challenge in its last days, but I prefer to win, So that was my bad game. My good game was actually the fact that I was able to take a few days off of Tears of the Kingdom. Like I opened my Xbox for the first time in weeks and I was like, holy shit, there's games here too.
And they run higher than 20 FPS.
And they look all right. Yeah, I took a couple days off, but I'm like back at it today. I actually just jumped into. I don't even want to say it, but what you just said about the Fire Temple, I'm on my way.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited about that. It's probably what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done here, unless we're jumping on KOC, Micah, Jamal, Adam.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
All right, well, fuck you.
Wope, just like Knockout City is getting shut down recently, Nintendo actually just got around to shutting down the eShop this month for the 3DS. So I took it upon myself to do some not so safe to say on YouTube things to my 3DS so that I could
it's all alleged.
Nothing here is real. Just so I could get access to that entire library that they are now keeping restricted from us forever,
Disney
or at least
vaulted.
until they want to resell it to
Yep.
you. At least till they want to open up the Disney vault. So my good game, I picked up some games from my childhood: Kid Icarus Uprising, Heroes of Ruin, some good 3DS games. But specifically, what I didn't expect to have a slight addiction to is Tekken 3D Prime Edition, which is a 3DS port of Tekken 6. It doesn't feature any story or anything, but it's just Tekken 6 at 60 FPS on a 3DS. It's amazing. And I was like, oh, it's just Tekken at first, but then I just started playing it. I never knew how badly I needed Tekken on a handheld, bro.
Just Tekken is all it needed to be.
It just, exactly. It didn't even have anything except for like just the normal modes. But dude, the fact that I run 60 FPS, I don't even think the Switch could do that. And then on top of that, like the novelty of handheld, I don't know if you guys get this feeling ever, but playing games on my Switch versus playing them on Xbox, like if I go from an Xbox game and then I pick it up on the Switch, I like it on the Switch more just because I can play it handheld. Like it just makes it somehow 1 point better. And the same happened for Tekken.
Octopath Traveler, yes.
Yeah, of course. Even if it was something as like simple as like I'm trying to think like maybe GTA or Minecraft, like games that are known to be played on console, but like I could easily see myself getting sucked into a handheld version.
Yeah,
That's how I felt with this Tekken. And also the fact that like I haven't opened up my 3DS in years. So that has just been super fun. Highly recommend to anyone that still has their 3DS. Look at how to get all those games on your console. Bad game of the week. Nintendo's what?
I don't know about saying Nintendo's been on a roll. Did you see how did you see how they're sending requests for Steam to like take off like the Dolphin emulator or whatever?
They need to stop fucking playing around. Dolphin is the GameCube emulator. It's the most popular GameCube emulator. It's been out for
Switch is on their ass now, man.
Years and years.
Nintendo's on their ass. They're like, nope, no emulators, no more, bro.
Well, yeah, they just dropped the update on 3DS to where you can no longer hack the 3DS at all. So if you update your shit, I mean, they're gonna find a way eventually. But like right now, if you update it, there's no way. So I went ahead and I skipped the update and I just 30-minute process. It was so easy. I just went and got a 32 gig. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not going to come bust me. I didn't put up the program, and I'm not giving instructions on how to do it.
If you don't think that Nintendo's going to find a way to bust on you, then you are very poorly mistaken.
They're actually outside my house right now.
Be prepared to
6 hours everything.
Be able to pay part of your paycheck for the rest of your life.
The little Men in Black memory eraser.
They take my 3DS and give me like a very new one with just like no games on it.
It has replace that shit with a Game Boy Color.
It has Nintendo, like it has the label on the memory wipe device, just to make sure. Chris, you're up.
Hold on, I didn't get my bad game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you did.
It's okay. I don't have one.
Cool, Chris, you're up.
Yeah, the ninjas are definitely out. I'm upset about them taking the Dolphin emulator down before I could put it on my Switch.
The Nintas.
Man, if you were gonna emulate, you would have been done that shit.
No,
yeah, you mean? Talk about.
No, Dolphin on my Xbox very soon.
I already have a modded PS Vita. I already have a modded 3DS. Calm your ass down. Now, back to my good game. My good game is Breath of the Wild for obvious reasons. I'm having lots of fun. I beat my first Divine Beast. I'm about to grab the Master Sword. It's all good. Good stuff happening over here. Yeah.
I feel like
80 hours.
I feel like a proud parent that you can finally experience Breath of the Wild. I'm happy for you, son.
That's all I got for you guys this week.
You don't have any bad games?
I told you, them taking down the Dolphin emulator is bad.
Quick question. You guys, Chris and Jamal, you guys have physical copies of the Super Mario All-Stars, right?
Yes.
Have you checked the resale price for the physicals yet?
Not yet.
I think you should, because now the exclusivity is finally starting to mean something.
Mm-hmm.
The All-Star Collection?
The Super Mario 64 Sunshine.
I got that shit digital.
I do.
I was like,
I got both. Digital.
You're wild for getting
what
both. But
the
you're smart.
fuck?
You're smart because you basically only bought one of them.
I want one to play and one to resell later. What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. What did you just say about the All-Stars?
The resale value, like,
is it like skyrocketed?
Well, I mean, the price went up as soon as they stopped selling them. But if you look again right now, you'll notice that the price has risen a little bit.
It's not available on physical anymore?
No.
Not
Really?
available at all.
It was always
not
a
on
limited
digital
release.
either. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
You can't buy it at all.
Sell it anymore.
Yeah.
So I can
Disney
sell.
vaulted it. Yeah.
I can sell my Nintendo account for $4,000.
Most likely. I mean, well, okay, I still with 4,000, but yes.
All right, cool.
Are they doing that with the Metroid Prime remaster also? Isn't that limited time?
They shouldn't do that. They should not do that with Metroid. Metroid fans have been shat on for years. They deserve however much time they need to get that fucking game.
I agree. But
all the time.
Don't put it past Nintendo though.
Prime 4 is
Now that I know how to mess around with Nintendo, I'm definitely doing that shit on my Switch one day.
Around with them.
Trivia!
10 questions, 20 seconds each. It's time for PixelHate Trivia.
Adam just wants to be in charge.
I'm excited, man. So before we actually start, though, my questions are definitely better than they were before. Like, there's different types of questions. It's not just name this and name this and name this.
Character development. We love to see it.
Yeah. Question number 1. How many units did the original Nintendo Entertainment System sell globally? The original Nintendo Entertainment System. Multiple choice. Is it 31 million, 61 million, or 110 million?
Can you repeat those?
31 million, 61 million, or 110 million? Five seconds. Time. What are our answers?
61 million.
All right.
31 million.
Micah?
I was the first to say it. 61.
Jamal?
31.
Wope?
61.
Chris?
31.
The correct answer is 61 million. Both Micah and Wope have earned 1 point.
That makes sense.
Question 2.
Top of the board, like I thought.
Question 2.
Relax.
Question 2. True or false? One of Nintendo's most iconic characters, Kirby, is named after a comic book writer. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 5. Time. Answers, please.
False.
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 He's named after somebody, but it ain't a comic book writer.
All right, so everybody said false.
Jamal.
I said false.
You guys are all correct. He was named after a lawyer, not famed comic book writer Jack Kirby. He was named after a lawyer, John Kirby.
Yes.
Question 3.
Yeah, top of the board.
Question 3. Two games are often cited as the sole reasons for the conception and creation of the ESRB rating system following a 1993 congressional hearing, one of which is Mortal Kombat. What is the name of the other game? 20 seconds.
Can you repeat the question?
Two games are often cited as the sole reasons for the conception and the creation of the ESRB rating system after a congressional hearing in 1993. One is Mortal Kombat. What is the name of the other game?
Oh, I remember. They played it on Game Grumps.
5 seconds.
Holy shit.
Taking a wild
Time. What do we got?
I don't even know when this game came out. I said Manhunt.
I also said
Okay.
Manhunt.
Okay.
GTA 1.
Okay.
GTA was also
Micah?
one of my guesses.
It was Night Trap on the Genesis.
Correct. The game is Night Trap. It was a game
That game was fucking weird, bro.
It was weird.
game was
It had real life actors playing out scenarios where a group of assailants
Yep.
broke into a house.
Oh,
And, yep.
They re-released it recently
like,
on the,
save
on the
everyone.
Nintendo.
And you have
Switch.
to stop the burglars or
in the goofiest ways.
the goofiest
ever.
ways. Correct.
But that game
was it rated?
Literally Home Alone.
It wasn't
again.
rated anything. There wasn't an ESRB rating system.
Yeah, they thought it was too much.
Yep, because it involved capturing, females that were in a sleepover situation. They were wearing skimpy
Yes.
clothing,
I recall.
so
They didn't want just anybody doing that.
yes.
I don't think there was
correct.
any blood though.
There wasn't any blood, but that's what they were focusing on at that point in time.
Crazy.
All right. Question number 4. What was the game of the year in 2021?
Fuck.
Very recent. You have 10 seconds.
I was still focused on the world ending, bro.
Well, this
Taking a-
game wasn't.
Taking a wild guess. I think I know what it is. 2021 was a slow year.
Time. What do we got?
I said Metroid Dread.
Okay.
Fuck.
Micah?
Mario. Oh,
All right. Wolfie?
Mario.
Uncharted 4.
Chris?
I remember the French guys on stage, so I'm saying It Takes Two.
Oh.
The correct answer is It Takes Two.
Yes,
Dang.
sir.
Damn, I played that game too.
I did not.
It's pretty good.
But I know that game did make
That
noise.
game was excellent. Yeah.
It's so
Very,
good.
it's
I'm
very
actually going to try and play it again on stream with Mike this Wednesday. So
Didn't you stream it at one point? Like you streamed it one time or something?
yeah, with Mike.
Okay.
And we're going to by the time that you are listening to this episode, that stream will either be going currently with your listening, or it'll have already passed, and you can go on our Twitch channel. That is listed in the description and is at the end of the episode. All the above, you can check that out. So, question number 6. One of the Mario franchise's less appreciated titles, Super Mario Bros. 2, was built almost entirely off of another game which launched only in Japan. What is the name of that game?
It's
Yeah.
my bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a point right now because I already know.
The last part?
10 seconds.
I know this one for it.
What is the name that the name of the game that Mario 2 was built off of?
I have no idea.
And time.
I don't have an answer.
It only released in Japan.
Allow me,
Go ahead.
Chris?
Okie dokie.
Oh.
Doki Doki what?
Oh.
I'll give you a chance to. I'll give you.
Panic.
Yeah.
Doki Doki Litter.
Gotta get the whole thing, big
All
dog.
All right. Jamal, did you?
I didn't have one, no.
All right, Micah.
Oh no, no way I was guessing that.
Okay. I will give the Chris to. I will give the Chris the point. I will give Chris the point because you did say Doki Doki, but yes, it is Doki Doki Panic. There are also other words, but who cares? Nobody ever.
The way we'll pay bring God in Chris's face like
I know the fact that you the fact that you knew it was Panic is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite Mario games. That one is right under Super Mario.
It's very underrated.
Extremely.
It's under
the lost levels.
That reminds me, they're putting Super Mario Advance and Super Mario Advance 2 and 3 on the expansion pack.
The Sonic?
What?
The only time I heard something Advance was in Sonic games, like Super Mario Advance. I was like, what?
Yeah, Super Mario Advance. That's World, Brothers 2, Brothers 3.
I'll wait 3 years
when it's $5, yeah.
For the patch to come out.
All right. Question number 6.
You said 6 already.
I meant 5 before. This is now 6.
Okay.
That's my mistake. The main character in Rockstar's Bully, Jimmy Hopkins, is how old during that game?
No, I just saw a tweet about something that had Bully in it, but I never played that game.
I've never played that game either, but I've heard such great things.
You've never played that game?
Mm-mm.
Well,
try to.
Chris,
Chris, we talked about this. Yeah, I've never played that game.
I've platinumed that
game.
I've beaten it on 360 and I beat it on the PS2.
I said 10.
Boy!
I don't know, boy. Dang.
You're a little older than that.
He's in high school, my guy.
Oh, I see. I don't know.
All right.
And there's a lot of nefarious activities going on in that game.
And
I said 15.
And
Chris?
Micah, you're right. He's 15.
Correct. Yes, he is 15 years old during
yeah.
the events of Bully.
I used to love going to the carnival in that game because it's so fucking. You're like, dude, like, what could I possibly be doing in the city in this world? Yeah, go to the fucking carnival. Have a great time.
Bully is such a redheaded stepchild of Rockstar.
Yes,
I like that game a lot.
Like, there's no other game like it.
I'm hoping that they're remaking it. There was a bunch of rumors about it, but we'll see.
Yeah, they're always rumoring about that shit.
All right. Question number 7.
I'm starting off this trivia hot.
How old is Joel in the critically acclaimed game The Last of Us?
Gosh.
The first Last of Us. How old is Joel?
Hold on. That's a trick question.
Is it?
Are we talking about the majority of the game, or are we talking about at the beginning?
Fair. That's a fair adjustment. We're talking about after the time skip.
Okay.
During the main events of the game, The Last of Us.
There's like a range here.
We have less than 10 seconds.
I have to get it exactly.
Yep.
Wait a second, I guess. I have no idea.
Time! In the first Last of Us, how old is he?
I said 47.
He's gotta be 50.
52.
All right. Chris, you said 50?
Yeah, he's gotta be 50.
Micah, you said what?
48.
The correct answer is 52.
Wow.
Oh, what a lucky fucking guess.
It was. What do you mean? I watched the show.
He wasn't the same age.
Oh, well. Lucky guess. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because
I wasn't sure if he
starts
was
out
late
with his
20s.
daughter.
I just said after the time skip.
They definitely say, 20-year difference, and I know he's in his 30s at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he was 32 at the beginning of the game.
I didn't know.
And I said after the time skip. Because
Chris, 20-year time skip, and then
Chris made sure to have that differentiation. So, Micah, had you been listening, then maybe you'd understand that.
Big gamer, maybe you play the game.
Yeah, why don't you stop being such a loser and play the game?
Stop playing Diablo.
All right. Just kidding, Micah. Question number 8. This is...
Not really.
Right.
This is... Yeah, no. You're a loser. This is a multiple...
Oh my god.
This is a multiple choice question. In which Legend of Zelda game was Ganondorf, the humanoid form of Ganon, first introduced? Was it Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, or Wind Waker?
Repeat that question.
When was Ganondorf introduced?
And what were the options?
We have Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, or Wind Waker.
Wow.
Well,
You have 5 seconds.
I mean,
Time. Not Ganon, but Ganondorf, the humanoid form of Ganon. What game was he introduced? Micah?
Ocarina of Time.
Okay. Jamal?
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I mean, it's the oldest game
Okay.
of those three, so
Correct. Everyone gets a point. Ocarina of Time.
Ganondorf.
You would have to
There's a
not-
humanoid on all of them.
No,
you'd
he's
have
not.
to not know anything, like at all.
No,
Ganon.
there's not a humanoid form.
He's not
Ganon-
humanoid in all of them.
There's-
he's
there's
a pig
the-
in like
he's
the
a
first
pig.
3.
A pig in which game?
The first
in
one.
all of it, like the first
Zelda.
games.
Oh well, I'm talking about the options that you gave.
It's not all of the first game.
The first time
No.
Ganondorf
He's a-
was introduced.
The pig man. He's a pig man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
but
pig man.
Oh my god. We're talking Ganondorf. What was the first game that he was in? You guys all got it right. You said
I
Ocarina.
know.
He's
Okay.
a man pig.
We're not talking in.
Man pig is Ganon.
And then Pigman is Ganondorf. Just kidding. All right. Number 9. In the Monster Hunter series, the cat and dog-like companions have specific names for their species. What are they? You get half a point for each correct answer. So 1 total point. You get half a point
Oh,
for each one. You have 10 seconds. The names of the dogs and cats. Do not all say them all at once, please. And time. Wope, what is your answer?
Hold on, I'm still writing it. I don't know the answer, so it is shitty butt and bubble guts.
Chris, what is your answer? Okay, Micah, what's your answer?
What the fuck? He gets to just listen on. Fuck that. I know what it is.
then say it.
Jesus Christ.
No, fuck that.
I'm
He
so
just-
mad I forgot. I'm
answer.
so mad I forgot.
Oh my god.
Because you hate the game. That's why.
Yeah.
This
right.
is why you guys should show your answers at the same time instead of saying
You
them
can
out.
see mine, but it's all. Oh, fuck.
Turn it sideways and fucking draw it like I am.
No.
I didn't know if you would see. Oh wait. Oh, there was
No
something
one
there.
can fucking see that.
You're right.
Yeah, y'all didn't even use the big font. Come on
Okay,
now.
Oh, there we go.
It's
All right.
feline and palamew.
No,
incorrect.
it's Palico and Palamut.
I will give
Wow,
Mike.
I was so close. I rhymed.
I will give Micah half a point because he was close enough with the palamute. There's an E at the end, so it's a palamute, not a palamut. But yes, Chris and
I said
Jamal.
palamew.
He did say Palamew. I said Palamut.
Yeah, but you didn't put the T. I'm giving it to you. Do you not want the point?
I'm just confused as to what was the wrong answer.
No,
You said
Chris-
feline.
It was Chris who didn't put the E at the end. I don't know.
Yes.
All right. Well, him and Jamal both said.
I feel like
palamut.
I should get a half point for B.
You're not getting a half point. I'm sorry. All
So I
right.
get a full point.
Yes. You and Chris both get 1 full point. Micah gets half. All right. Question number 10. This is the final question of the first game of round 3 of trivia here on the PixelHate podcast. Go ahead and follow, subscribe, do all the things, like, share, comment, all the above. All right. Number 10. The infamous browser-based MMORPG RuneScape was launched in January of what year? Multiple choice. There's 2003, 2001, or 2005.
Oh, easy.
Sure about that?
Right. I never played the game.
Well, I was thinking way before those years, so now I know.
You have 5 seconds.
Fix this camera.
Time. What are our answers?
2001.
2003.
2003.
Wrong. Ain't
All
no
right.
way these old ass streamers have been playing just since 2003.
The correct answer is 2001.
Okay.
I knew it.
I knew 2005.
Sorry
was
to
too
the
late.
RuneScape
Yeah,
players, but
2005
y'all
was too
motherfuckers are old.
That is true. They are quite old.
It's damn true.
I know I remember people seeing it playing while I was in like 5th grade.
Ancient
But-
gamers. And the WoW players are even worse.
All right. Let me tally up these points really quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves, and I will give the totals after one game of round 3.
Oh, let me get my Switch.
I'm going to.
Let me run and get my Switch.
I gotta watch the Zelda twerk compilation.
Is there
Calm
one?
your horny ass down. Talking about me for
Don't act
sport
like you're
night,
not click-
talking about the Zelda twerk compilation.
Don't act like you're not clicking.
Somebody will click.
Hot.
I'll click just to
Why
see
is
what the
it
hell you're
hot
talking
sleepy?
about.
Jamal,
Why
there's
am I
hot
doing
Zora
that?
MILFs in a town near you.
What is this? An ad off a anime site?
You won't be able to last in this game for more than 3 seconds. All right. So after one game of round 3 of trivia, in last place is me with no points because I am the first host. In 4th place is Jamal with 3 points. In 3rd place is Wope with 5 points. And in 2nd place is Chris with 6. And in 1st place is the little Guatemalan boy, 6.5 points. Congratulations, Micah. You are currently in the lead. That's exciting stuff.
It's Quigley bias.
Chris is sick.
I don't know,
I
man.
demand a review.
I don't know, man. I think that was a very, very
Challenge five.
evenly
I thought
well-rounded
it was.
it was.
No complaints
Respect.
game of
for the first
trivia.
time ever.
I just suck at trivia. I just suck at trivia. So
Trivia is hard.
You
man.
really do.
You really are not good at trivia. For as
I'm
smart
not.
of a guy as you are really bad.
not
at
with
trivia.
not with games.
You had multiple choice this time.
I know. I always chose like the one that I felt like it was the safe answer. Like nothing too crazy, but nothing too.
How about
I'm
you
like,
pick
no.
the right answer?
Hey, Chris, take notes, you son of a bitch. Pausing the game for a quick second. We hope you're enjoying PixelHate so far. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you're hearing or watching this. Check out the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/pixelate_. You can find the link tree in the description below for links to all of our stuff. And of course, share the show with friends and family alike. Alright, back to the show.
All right, so gentlemen, let's be really fucking serious. Console wars do not exist anymore. All of this Xbox versus Sony tribalism and Nintendo off to the side, it doesn't really exist. And let me tell you why. Nintendo since the Wii U came out, has been playing by its own rules. And Micah, this is specifically for you since we had this generation conversation. Nintendo has been, I don't want to say intentionally, but they have been playing from behind from a technical standpoint since the GameCube came out. So like when we talk about graphics, when we talk about fidelity, when we talk about all of those things, Nintendo really just doesn't have that leg up. And to be honest, most people who have a Switch, I want to say, also have one of the 2 bigger consoles. So it's not really about who has what and who's going to buy what system anymore. It's about the games themselves, and they just so happen to float between the three companies. But if we're really talking about like straight up competition, the developers don't care, the companies don't care, all of this fake competition really just drives up physical sales and digital sales, and that's really the bottom line. Everybody's working together. If
It's
we're being
not so
super serious.
for me. I don't think it's I don't know. It's not really a rebuttal. It's kind of more like let's expand this a little bit. I think that the console wars have developed to like it's a like if we look at it from like how you said from a developer standpoint, I don't think anyone's really loyal to the main consoles, to those publishers anymore.
Exactly.
To there's definitely a war going on between Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo.
Yeah, I have to disagree that the developers and the companies don't care, because they obviously do. Every company is implementing something. Specifically, Sony really cares. Sony is worried.
It's not the developers more often than not.
Hold on. Sony is worried that Microsoft will sabotage Call of Duty for the PlayStation. That is like a main concern, because Call of Duty is a huge profit for PlayStation on its market. So if it gets removed, Sony's over there crying like little babies right now because Microsoft is trying to secure an exclusive deal, even though Sony 10 years ago had exactly the same kind of deal going with Call of Duty. They are obviously scared.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying, listen though, what I'm saying is that when the console wars were like a thing, like we remember when it was a thing,
it was more of a consumer.
For example, Naughty Dog, there was no chance ever that Naughty Dog at that point in time, and they're still with Sony now, but like there was no chance that they would like jump over to Xbox. Now, as time has gone on, we can play Crash Bandicoot on Xbox. Bungie was not going to jump over to the PlayStation. They were doing only Halo. They were like, yeah, I'm a Halo developer. This is what it is. Time is the industry has developed to a point where now developers themselves, for the most part, there are some that prefer the certain consoles in one way or the other. But for the most part, all they are just contractors. Who's going to be able to put my game out? Who's going to pay me the most money? And if that money, if you giving me money means that I'm exclusive to your console, sure. But I don't have any loyalty towards the actual console. It all comes from the makers of those consoles. It comes from Microsoft. It comes from Sony. It comes from Nintendo, that then branches off into the Xbox, the PlayStation, the Nintendo Switch. Who knows if Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, but their next console. That's where the war comes from. And I do think there still is a war, because as we've seen, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about the PlayStation showcase, and we're going to talk about the kind of just like jab at Sony that are less Sony but more PlayStation that Xbox took. And I think that, like you said, of all the companies that we're talking about, it's definitely more so PlayStation that has this kind of like, we need to outsell everyone else. Nintendo's right there with them, but I think Xbox is the least ready to use the warfare in a sense.
Sony has like an aggressive exclusivity kind of thing going on, where like they purely advertise their exclusivity rather than like opening up to all markets of players like Xbox does. Like Xbox's whole market is getting Xbox games to as many people as possible, even mobile players. Whereas Sony's like, no, you have to buy our PlayStation 5 to play Miles Morales or the new Spider-Man. That's it. There is no other option. Microsoft is doing deals with Nintendo so that they can get Microsoft games on the Switch. Sony is actively trying to avoid something like that happening on their console. So the console wars, and that's not even considering the brain dead motherfuckers on Twitter arguing every day about which console is better than the other. Mm-hmm. On the purely company side, the war is definitely still on. It's just that it's mellowed out now, because at the end of the day, E3 is not a thing. The competition isn't as high for them. It's not as high for them, so they don't have to like absolutely come out throwing punches, right? But it's definitely still there. They're just not as like, showboaty about it now.
Yeah, because the console war was definitely the biggest. During the biggest time when the consoles were actually thing was E3, because that was the main event where people be like, oh, like who won E3, blah, 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 Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. So
yeah. And now
But we
we're
still
not. We
got
don't
people
get
shitting
that.
on the showcase. We still got people saying, "Oh, that was trash. Xbox's showcase is going to be better." Like it's
No,
still
it's
there.
not. No, it's not.
Oh, well,
It relies on Starfield.
we don't. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying the
No,
arguments are still there.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Well, the thing with Xbox is that they rely on games that are cross-platform or like
They
available
also
on
rely
multiple
on
consoles.
FPS a lot, whereas Sony.
That's
is
how
kind of
that. It's always been like that, though. It's been the most like easily. What's the word?
Marketable?
No, like
not marketable.
The
but it's like-
controller feels the best when it comes to like FPS
Yeah,
games on console.
Yeah.
And that's how
why
it
I feel
always
like
has
It's a
been.
little. It's a little weird because all three companies aren't making the same types of games. It's like it's more of like a personal choice. Like if you are the single player gamer type of person, the PlayStation is gonna have more of what you want. They're gonna have the God of Wars, the Horizons, the Ratchet and Clanks, like
Like
those
the
types
action
of
adventure
games.
games.
Yes, and then if you want to play if you want the multiplayer experience for FPSs and even third person shooters, Xbox has that. And then
Well,
for
not even just that. If
everything
you
else
want-
is Nintendo.
If you have friends that you want to play games with you, Game Pass is the go.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So it's like they do, like, fundamentally they're so different now. It just doesn't feel the same.
It's definitely like I said, the industry has changed so much in multiple facets. Like, for example, the controllers used to work better on PlayStation for an RPG. The controllers for Nintendo used to work better for Mario games and like Metroid Prime and stuff like that. And Xbox used to be best for FPS games. And I don't know if you guys remember the game Jade Empire. That was like the first like RPG, JRPG on the Xbox, and it didn't sell really well because the market for Xbox was not in that realm. Nowadays, you can find every genre on every console, and I think that's just a testament to like developers don't care anymore because the controllers have gotten better, the hardware has gotten better, the graphics have gotten better on every console. So like every game's going to run very similarly across the board. And now it's just like, again, they're contractors now. Like that's all, I guess that's all they always have been, but they don't.
I wouldn't say that like all developers don't care, because if you go out at the idea that you're going to make a Nintendo Switch game, usually you're making it with Switch qualities like touchscreen, like the Bluetooth controls. Like there are developers that go in, I only want to make a Switch game, I only want to make a PC game.
Right, and that's why what I said
this
wasn't a blanket statement. It was like, yeah, there are some outliers, but
I think between Xbox and PlayStation only that is true.
And not to mention that's like, I don't want to say purely like a Western thing, but you guys have seen Xbox sales in Japan. The shit is negligible as fuck. Like Xbox,
they don't sell it. Yeah,
exactly. So like, and if Japan is our video game mecca, then I mean, how can you really even have these conversations? It's really a Sony Nintendo thing over there, and then that's a whole other like competition in and of itself.
But do we just consider that like the entire gaming community? I don't.
No, of course not. But like,
because if you look at sales, Xbox has sold just like almost just as many units as PlayStation at this point. It's like less than a few, like maybe a couple million between the two.
Well, because
and most of what PlayStation has gets bought up, it's just bots taking up all their shit.
It's an American company, and like as much as we don't want to think that matters, it matters.
It does.
Japanese consumers are very loyal to like Japanese products. Like they have anime statues outside of like in like town squares and shit. Like, that's just how life is over there, and that's kind of like a very basic statement. But there's a reason they're not buying Xboxes. There's a reason that the market over there doesn't really allow for Xbox to flourish. So I guess the way that we're looking at it is kind of like just from where we're at in the United States. Do we see the console war kind of dying out? Is it like changing? Is it still here? What do we think?
It's not just the Japan. It's not just the Xbox that's dying out. over there in general, though. Like, I just want to chime in on that point because PlayStation's struggling as well because of the power of the Switch, and people want to be able to, especially in Japan, because they're always on the go, always moving around. They want to be able to take their console on the go, and the PS5 is fat as fuck, and Japanese rooms are not very big, so they're like, what the fuck? So just a couple extra points there. But
This
go ahead.
PlayStation
Also-
takes up half the room.
And I also think like you don't really have like these exclusives. I think probably earlier on, Microsoft had a whole bunch of exclusives. So that was also another thing for the console wars outside of the console itself. Like what games can you actually get? What games are going to lead you to get an Xbox versus, PlayStation? But now just like, well, do you want a variety of games or do you want like these specific type games? Do you want variety games? Like, sure, get an Xbox. You want specific type games? Just get, a PlayStation. And then you don't really expect anything like exclusive from the Switch anymore going on to like either console. Beforehand, that was more of a discussion like, oh, I want, Mario get like on an Xbox or whatever. But now that just you just accept reality that's never going to happen. So
Ever.
especially how Nintendo is now just gatekeeping everything in every shape or form. So
I think with time, it'll definitely be better. Like, I'm sure in 30 years, we'll see Nintendo exclusive on Xbox because their deals are starting to just go like the fact that they're even doing business together to the degree they are, like giving Banjo and Steve to Smash and like putting, like you guys know that Minecraft on PlayStation isn't the same Minecraft that's on Xbox and Switch, right? Like Minecraft is a Microsoft property and they don't even update the one on PlayStation. They just keep updating the Switch and the Xbox version because they have a deal together and they're like, fuck you, Sony.
I did not know that.
I didn't even know Minecraft was on PlayStation.
It is, but it's not like an updated, well-kept version. It's like a shitty version that they purposely make worse so that people go get an Xbox if they want to play console Minecraft, or they buy it through the Microsoft Store on PC.
Respect.
But like, meanwhile, the Switch version is the same exact one. It's like there are deals that they're doing between Smash, that sort of thing with Minecraft. Like with time, you're gonna see more and more sleep through the lines. But the more shit that Nintendo and Xbox gets up to, the less Sony's gonna get in on the pie, man. They're fucking up by doing all this. Well, if you buy Call of Duty, we're never selling Call of Duty again. Like, what are you doing? You're being fucking like children over there, man. It's so weird to me how they have such confidence in their exclusives, but then not enough confidence to like be open to other games being on their, or like other games of their own being on other consoles. Like maybe your console isn't that special then if you just need these games to like sell it. It can't be anything else.
Well, I just feel, how can you not take a taste of your own medicine? I was always sick and tired of seeing that. You can play the beta on PlayStation first for Call of Duty. Not that I care that much, but it's just like, what do you mean? This game is already coming out here.
And now you're mad that they're doing it too.
Exactly. So it just, I don't know.
It's not just Sony either. It's also Nintendo sometimes, and it's not even just gaming. Japanese companies in particular are super like nationalists when it comes to their products and stuff, and any American products and stuff they can't get in on, and it's just like weird to me. But it's because the culture that we brew over here is so like open to everything, essentially.
Right. So at the end of it, do we collectively think that console wars in the traditional sense that we all we understand what that means when the first knee-jerk reaction that you have when you hear console wars is that method of warfare between these companies, is that dying out, or is it here to stay?
I don't think so. I think it's here to stay, and I think with time it'll become even more aggressive, specifically between Microsoft and Sony.
Is it dying out? Yes. Has it died out? No. But I do think it's dying out. Yes, I do think so.
I think it's in a dull period. It doesn't seem to be as the loss of E3 is really, really, really big. Like that competition aspect seems very lost. And now it's all, what can we sell? Like we don't care about what the competition is doing. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. I think E3 not being a thing going forward, at least indefinitely, is bigger than a lot of people think. And you guys can go check out that episode. But yeah, I think that the console wars are, like I said, I don't think that they're necessarily dying out, but I do think that they are changing. The battlefield is changing, and it has been for some time now.
It's a proxy war now.
Yeah, it's a cold war in a sense.
Yes.
Chris.
All right.
Cold War indeed.
Cool. Great input.
Way to close it out.
Yeah.
All right. On to our next topic, which is the PlayStation Showcase. And, Micah, when you're talking, well, I think it was Chris or Micah or both of y'all talking about how, no, I think it was Chris talking about like all handhelds. And everybody likes to bring their handhelds over in Japan with the Switch. I want to talk about this PSQ that PlayStation showed at the showcase. And I think it's dumb since they already have the backbone. So you're going to make a handheld, literally a handheld that's just made to be with you at home. Will it have Wi-Fi? Probably. I don't know. But it's rumored to only have 5 hours of battery life. For what? Like, what are you going to do with that? So
is that a Wii U situation where like it's just going to be something you connect to your console and play it off that?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, because I didn't see that.
So it's not a portable console.
No, it's not like something where you can literally download games straight to that handheld now.
Did they drop a price point for that?
I don't think so. I don't think
this
there's
is
a
what I'm
price
talking about,
point yet.
man.
Does PlayStation not
Sony
have
wants in
remote
on
play?
the fucking Nintendo bag. Sony wants that Nintendo bag so bad, bro. They won't just make a deal with Nintendo being like, we're going to give you some of our games and you can put those on there. They're like, actually, we're going to fuck you over and start making our own Japanese handheld. Fuck you. And then it's worse.
So many times.
Oh, yeah. And it looks hideous, by the way.
It does. It doesn't look very comfortable at all. They should have just stuck with the backbone. Backbone was fine.
Steam Deck is like
that. The way Nintendo has dominated the handheld market for decades on end, it seems foolish to me for anyone to really try it. Like just in a traditional sense, it's just not working. The Steam Deck is going to do everything that the PSQ, is that what it is? Listen, man, the Steam Deck has that shit on lock.
Steam Deck is portable games that you've wanted to play forever. Nintendo is games that only Nintendo sells portable. That's the market for that. PlayStation has no market there at all. What are they doing?
They're literally just making their literally home console games and bringing it portable, which I don't care for. I'd rather play those games at home. The Switch games, I don't know, they feel right to play handheld.
My fucking phone.
Have you ever wanted to play as Kratos in your kitchen? Well, now you can.
With
the PlayStation Q for some reason.
Their games don't even complement a handheld console.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't. And if you're so pressed over graphics and shit, why don't I want to see it on my 75-inch 4K? Right. I don't want to see it on this. I don't care. Nintendo is built for that. This is why the polygons look like fuck, because it doesn't matter.
Another thing is that they have a lot of experience, Nintendo, in the handheld market. So like their hardware, you can have a lot of faith that it's going to last a while, that it's probably going to last a good decade, if not more. This PlayStation shit, guaranteed day one copies are fucking failing immediately
on launch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, next.
You just don't have you're not built like that.
This is trash. Next.
Literally, they're not built like that.
He said, "This is trash." Next.
We hate it.
Wait. I'm sorry, but did anyone else see the earbuds?
No.
Nobody else saw.
That's right. PlayStation is making exclusive. They're making earbuds, like actual like AirPod type things or whatever, or like I don't know. They're making earbuds, but
like
it's
AirPods?
PlayStation brand. Yes.
Like Bluetooth for games or for the console.
They're PlayStation AirPods.
Literally, yeah, earbuds that you'll stick in your ear like any other Bluetooth earbuds, but it's PlayStation brand.
Let me preface this that a lot of this is news to me because I didn't watch the whole showcase. I only watched some of the games you guys sent. So like some of this shit, like the handheld and the earbuds, This is news to me. Sony,
I thought the handheld shit was fake.
No, it's
you're out
real.
of the gaming war. Sony, you're out of the console war. You're
Same
not
with the
allowed in
earbuds.
anymore.
They're like 12 years too late with everything they're trying.
They're
to do.
dropping a Zune, but PlayStation.
Yeah.
Already
But-
connect
Ooh,
everything.
guys,
buy
I
some
can't
AirPods
wait.
and do that. Why would
I can't wait for the
back?
PlayStation Connect. It's gonna be so good.
iToy too.
You're gonna get the PlayStation phone.
All right, now we can get to the games.
All right, Micah, Adam, and most likely Chris to an extension will only play this game. Metal Gear Solid remake, and they came.
My only
Hey,
worry,
man.
my
Hey,
only
man.
my only worry is that Hideo Kojima is not attached to the project. But if
he's
like,
not a part of it.
they have you know they have developers there that understand how the game works. All you have to do is take exactly what the game did and make it a little bit better, and that's all you need. That's all you need.
They have perfectly set up animations on a pachinko machine in Japan that has Metal Gear Solid 3 as a gambling game, but with HD cutscenes. If those cutscenes don't look as fucking good in this remake, I swear to God, they have been destroying that franchise for so long.
Is this like the first Metal
Remake.
Gear Solid game, or just like a
No, it's
Pacific
Metal Gear
Line?
Solid 3. Snake
This is the
Eater.
third one. This is
Okay.
the third one, which is the oldest. They're actually being super smart. This is the oldest in the
Canonically.
canonical, so they're probably going to start here and then
then
go to
move
Metal
on.
Gear Solid 1.
So kind of like,
Oh
doing,
my
do you think it'll be now? It's a remake. Do you think they'll reboot it going forward, or would
I
they
think
continue
they're
gonna
doing
do-
remakes like how
that's
Capcom's
Fox
doing?
engine. They're probably going to do the Fox engine, which is MGS5, and then they're probably going to just bring all like the camo mechanics and like all the good stuff about MGS3 to that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
That's why they.
Here's the thing. Konami is not the Konami that developed that game originally.
Correct.
And the developers
Not
that developed
anywhere
that game
close.
originally are not the developers that are developing this game. That game is gonna fucking die, and I don't want it to, but I have a bad feeling, bro. Kojima doesn't have any involvement. It's all suits. It's probably the team that made Metal Gear Survive. Oh,
Ugh.
but
Mhm.
if they get enough backlash, they could do Metal Gear 1 and then make it good. But honestly, bro,
They won't
it's
listen.
like they're
They-
sending this shit out to die a little bit. Just
They
like
literally have all the groundwork, Micah. If it's not good,
we're bombing
Just-
Konami.
I'm about to
Okay,
say,
wait.
If it's
Wait,
not
wait.
good,
No, we're not. Okay.
We'll be there on launch day.
No, we won't.
but
But
that's
no,
what-
it should be good. I'm just worried.
Yeah, I'm worried too. Like I saw a lot of reactions of the reveal, like when Snake just popped up, and then I saw countless reaction videos of them, freaking out, right? And as I saw that, I'm like, yeah, this is cool now. But later on, like when we actually see gameplay of it, is it going to be Snake Eater like we remember? Is it going to give us that feeling? Because
No way.
I've seen
MG
screenshots. It looks good, but we haven't seen any gameplay.
MGS5 is so fucking good though. And it's just you running around this big boss fucking shit up.
Right,
So-
right. The game plays well. The
Yeah.
story is there's something to be desired.
Yeah,
there.
because
And it was
Kojima didn't finish it.
Yeah, exactly. So with Kojima not being involved, like they could either go one of two routes, in my opinion. I think that they just rip everything. They don't step away from the story
They
whatsoever.
better be faithful as
which
shit.
which at this rate, I hope they do. But they could also go the route where it's like, we could kind of add some stuff in here.
It'll probably be like Resident Evil 4 remake and just do like little things and take out
Yes.
certain things.
Yes,
but
if it-
they already have this HD version of their old cutscenes, to
but cutscenes are
modern
one thing.
gen.
We're not
But
getting.
no,
the
I'm
game
just
to
saying,
watch
like
the
a lot
cutscene.
of the groundwork is already done for them. Like they
Correct.
have a story, they have the way the Fox, if they use the Fox engine, they have that, and then they also have literal cutscenes that they just need to remodel and retexture. The game is ready. It's there. We just need it.
I hope
I'm
so.
just like, The only thing is, it could be a buggy fucking mess.
Yeah. What scares me is that they dropped the 3 from the title and they put the delta. That's what scares me. I'm like, bro, is this a Final Fantasy VII remake situation, or is this we have all the groundwork?
You're not restarting the franchise. There will be bombings.
okay,
All
Micah.
right.
This is Konami that we're speaking of.
Hey, we got to this.
We're speaking of
We're
same ones who ousted the greatest game director of all time. But
Yeah, okay.
That's also like, is there a morally
Next?
Yeah, like
There's
we'll
no
have to
morally
see how
right
it is.
way to bomb a company. I don't know.
No. Is there a morally
my
right way
God.
to go about buying this game because of what you know they put?
We have to wait and see, but
What about Phantom Blade Zero? What do y'all think about that game?
I think it looks good.
I feel like it's redundant to say that it looks good because it's 2023.
How many
Everything needs
Samurai
to
games
look
are we
good
gonna get?
now.
Well, I'm not saying like it looks good. Yeah, I mean the graphics look nice, and it runs smooth from what we saw. Obviously, the mechanics look like
Gameplay looks phenomenal.
Hey Sony, how many Samurai games are you guys gonna?
No, that
Hey.
as soon as I
honestly,
saw
Age
that,
of the Samurai
honestly, I
now,
was like,
man.
there's a lot
Hey.
of these.
Didn't you just announce one last year and the year
Hey.
before and then the year before that?
in the last cycle, didn't we get several zombie games? This is just what we're
No,
getting right now, Mike.
Samurais are
No.
not
Yes.
the new zombies.
that was
What?
like 8
Absolutely.
years ago. We're talking like now.
Oh
And
my God,
even
here
then,
go.
we
Here
were
go.
we were like really another zombie game. Samurai games are not
I
that
hope
popular.
I don't know, man. Everybody loves a samurai. Everybody loves a samurai, man.
People
especially-
love Ghost of Tsushima and that only.
No, people love.
People don't even
samurai.
like Sekiro that much.
I hope that
No, people
People
like it.
like
People like
Sekiro.
Sekiro.
It was hard to approach if you weren't like hardcore about it.
can
I
say
hope that
you
they
like
really
Nito.
I hope that they really buy into the you have 66 days or whatever it was to live. Like I hope that
That's
the,
a good concept.
the
Like,
entire
like a
game is
Majora's
built
Mask
off of
type
that.
thing.
Yeah, like there's an actual time that you have to like try to beat the game in. And it again, hey, I'm sorry that it's redundant, but it looks good. But with these types of games, we never know how it's going to turn out until it's actually released. And people are going to make their inferences. They're going to say, oh, yeah, it's a Soulsborne. They're copying Souls games, blah, blah, blah. A lot of fucking games do that, okay?
It's its own genre now, so of
exactly.
course a lot of games are gonna do it.
It's probably a skip for me, not even if it's good, just because I'm not that interested.
The only thing I'm worried about is how the pairing is actually. The pairing looks cool, but how's the
It
execution?
looks so
when
cinematic.
Exactly. So like, what? Am I press a button and then all of a sudden, like, if I clank, they're going to be like,
right?
I'm like,
do
all
I
right, that was
stay
all-
in this parry mode, and then as soon as like I parry, I have to attack, and then parry, and then attack, parry? Like, how is it? How is it going to control? That's that.
Right. How
As
is it
of now,
registering moves?
yeah. As of now, that's what the biggest thing is going forward for this game. I think it. I would like to see that it does well, but for those types of games where the parry system is so heavily relied on, I just wait until like trusted reviewers and not like pre-sale reviews are out. I wait until the actual game is released to make an actual judgment on it.
All right. So Adam, your fantasy game, we got some news on it, dog. AC Mirage. How do you feel about it since this is on your roster?
When you said that, when you were like, hey, there's a new update on your fantasy game, that is not the game that I thought you were talking about. Because I don't think that's fantasy. I think that's like more sci-fi.
Well,
Even
yeah. Oh,
sci-fi?
yeah. I wasn't talking about a genre. I was talking
He's
about
talking about
literally-
your fantasy team.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
My bad. This isn't sports.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I think AC Mirage is going to be solid. That was kind of like that was a later round pick. But I think that it's good that they're kind of going back to their roots a bit more. Because we've already talked a bunch about Assassin's Creed. And I really hope that it is just it's kind of the Assassin's Creed remake that we want. In a
I don't
sense.
think it will be because it's
I'm
built
worried
in the
about the
Valhalla
art
engine.
style.
Well, it's built in the Valhalla engine, and it has the same like. I played a lot of Valhalla, so when I was watching the trailer, I was like, No,
Yeah.
dude. Those are
know.
the same animations.
No,
as what
even playing Origins, I was like, this is the
Well,
same
yeah, they haven't
game.
switched it up.
Like,
Right.
I didn't see anything that made me think, oh my God. Like, no,
Not
this
a
is
Right,
single
well,
new
well,
animation.
Okay, so we have to think. Yes, it's built on the same engine. It's following what's his name, Basim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's following the same story. It has those elements in it, but we also got to remember every 3 games they do change up the formula to try and keep it fresh.
No, they're not doing that with this one though. They're doing that with the next one. The next one's gonna be like the big switch up, like Origins was. This one was actually meant to be a DLC for Valhalla, but they
Okay,
made it
last
into a
hurrah.
brand new game. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think this is gonna be a game that you are like expecting. It probably will be exactly what we're all expecting.
No, I'm
Did it
expecting
not
it to
give
be
you guys-
what you're saying.
Oh,
Did it
okay.
not
I
give you
can't
guys
see
AC
Origins.
But the
one?
next one, the one in Japan, that one will probably be the one that
Yeah.
we're like, oh, okay, so this is what y'all actually been cooking up. This new
Right,
trailer
yeah.
that they dropped, I was like, no way y'all did this.
We can't
Did
hear
it
you
not
behind the
give you
darkness,
guys
Chris.
AC1
nothing
vibes?
impressive about it at all.
Does
No,
it
I
can't
not
didn't.
hear you
give
behind the
guys
darkness.
AC1 vibes?
No, it gave me.
It gives you
AC
AC1
Origins.
vibes. That's exactly what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be a marketing gimmick. It's not like they're
Yeah,
showing gameplay at all.
it's
That shit
Assassin's
looks
Creed
exactly
1
the fucking
Valhalla.
same.
It as someone who put a lot of time in that game, it is the exact graphics and animations from Valhalla. Even Bossam's character model has not been changed. I was like, oh man.
Hey, Chris.
You turn a fucking light on.
Yep.
Chris hates light. Chris hates light.
I do hate like
I am the night.
I was born in the darkness, molded by it.
molded by it.
Oh
We'll give
man,
him a second. We'll give him a
Chris, can you turn on a light?
second. Chris, your room is even more. It's even too dark for me, and I was raised in it, molded by it. Thank you. Next.
Dragon's Dogma. I'm actually excited for this game. I never played the first one, but I heard great things about it. Yeah.
Let's
Anyways.
fucking go.
I'm actually excited to get into this because I
I
heard
picked
nothing
up
but
the
great
first
things
game.
about it.
I picked up the first game around when Elden Ring dropped because they're very similar, other than one has Monster Hunter style combat and the other one has like Dark Souls combat.
Mhm.
And Dragon's Dogma is straight up Elden Ring with Monster Hunter. Like it's
Ooh,
fucking
say
good,
less,
bro.
Say less.
And the first one has a lot of age. Like it came out pre-Skyrim. It was a pre-Skyrim RPG. So like it has a lot of really bad quest lines and shit like that. But the actual moment-to-moment gameplay is phenomenal. You can like Shadow the Colossus, climb on monsters and like chop their heads off and tails off and all types of shit. Really good. So this second one, with all the knowledge that they've probably gathered over the years, that game's gonna be solid, man.
When do you think it'll come out? Late
Not
2024?
for another year or two. They're probably trying to like avoid the competition with the big releases because no one knows what the fuck that game is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very
And they're gonna hype it up.
underground
more.
game.
I think maybe after next year is when we'll really see it.
All right. Well, next we have Bungie's Marathon, and
Skip.
I hope it's good. I just don't know.
No. We're not skipping shit. This is the game that they said that they're doing their single player shit on. I am super excited,
Didn't they
especially
make a
because
first marathon though?
yeah, it's
before
a
Halo?
reboot.
Oh, this looks
Yeah.
like ass.
Hey,
Oh,
chill
it's a
out,
cinematic
chill out.
trailer.
It's a cinematic trailer. We can be excited about things,
It just
especially when it comes from that
looks
studio.
like- do they know how to make anything but space shooters?
No,
No, they don't.
and that's fine.
They don't.
I
They
want them to
literally
stay in their fucking lane. Give me good space shooters.
But they haven't made a good space shooter throughout all of Destiny.
That's a little unfair. I think that Destiny 2 has come around. People were really excited about.
No, that shit is trash.
What's his name? Cade 6.
Destiny 1 was way better.
Cade. They announced like Cade
The
6
start
is
of
coming
Destiny
back.
1 is-
That doesn't
What? That
mean
character
anything.
died. Why is he back?
Well,
He did die a cinematic death and it was cool. And now he's back so that you can go back and spend another $80 on their next
Yeah.
expansion.
So that's what that
Game
is.
is trash. Next.
All
Well, Wolpe, you wanted to talk about Street Fighter 6 again, so
So
What do you have to say about it?
real quick, the only thing I really had to add is that generally when it comes to fighting games, the story mode is very like it's not
Lackluster.
really it's never really important to the game itself. I mean, Tekken 7, I feel like did like a really good job of like giving you an immersive story to an extent, but this Street Fighter shit really feels like it really feels like they're doing something grand, and I'm so excited for next week.
This week?
Are we?
What you mean?
Oh, you're right. Are we all coming?
I am. I'm trying to start Fighting Game Fridays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So by the way, that's hopefully going to be a thing. We're going to have some Fighter Fridays going forward on the Twitch channel. Again, that is going to be in the description. You can check that out. All of our links are in the link tree. You can go ahead and find that there. But I think for the sake of the show, at least, we should all at least try to pick up Street Fighter 6.
Especially since it's crossplay.
Especially since it's crossplay, and we definitely need.
I'm probably not going to get it on launch.
Well, that's because you're a young cub. So
he's going to be getting Diablo. That's why.
Does Diablo come out this week?
No, it comes out next month, right?
No. It comes out June 6th.
So
next month.
Next week. Yeah, that's where your focus is.
Next month.
That's fair.
So 2 days from now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's about everything that we need to say on Street Fighter. Next game.
Sword of the Sea. I don't know if you guys have played Journey, but that game is great. Wolpe, you will like Journey. Adam, I know you wouldn't.
What? Why? What? No, I like Journey.
Oh, you did? Oh, my bad.
I didn't ever like play it, but I've seen a lot of videos. I love the art style of it. I love those types of games.
That's the best way to experience it.
I actually just downloaded a game that was on Game Pass that's similar, where you're just traveling, and this game is called XO1, I think. And you're just like a spaceship that just can roll on ground. It can fly through through the clouds and everything. It looks beautiful, and I love those types of games. I just haven't ever really gotten around to playing Journey.
Okay, but yeah, that game is great. Like subtle storytelling, but yes, just the exploration part about it is great. And this game is made by developers who made Journey, so it's gonna follow that same suit. As soon as I saw the art style, I'm like, this Journey 2 or something, but no, it's its own game. So. And I'm excited for it. That's all I really got to say.
It looks really good.
Yeah, that's a day one cop
from like an art style sense.
Yeah.
It looks very polished.
Yes. So I can't wait to see what kind of subtle storytelling they're going to give in this game also, because there'll be some secrets, whatever that you can just uncover. Next game, I don't want to talk on it too long. Just Helldivers 2 looks like a Destiny type game where you're in a world, make bootleg MMO, blah blah blah, or open world. Thing's gonna flop. I have promise for it, but whatever.
Just move on.
Mid.
So I know
I'm
this
tired
game,
of seeing shooters. I'm so sick of shooters.
This game has come up on our, not this game specifically, but I guess the series, whatever. Friday Nights at Freddy's. So
Friday Night at Freddy's. It's 5 nights.
Friday night at 5.
Friday.
My bad, but yes, a new game is coming out.
Yeah,
Five Nights at Freddy's. Help Wanted 2.
Hey, when does it end?
Yeah,
And they're making a movie.
Yeah, can we just fucking kill this franchise already, please? Like,
it's crazy how long. I thought it had overstayed its welcome.
It had a lot of promise. At one point, it had a lot of intrigue and a lot of promise, but then the creator even begs the fans to stop like asking for more games. He's like quit making them because he just doesn't want to do it anymore.
It's too much.
But they're everywhere.
We don't need it. Help Wanted wasn't even that good of a game. It was okay, but it doesn't deserve a sequel. So
hey, but VR, Five Nights at Freddy's, that shit is fucking terrible.
Yeah, for sure. VR horror games in general are typically pretty just scary, just because you're that immersed. Because all your senses. So.
That's really VR's bread and butter at this point. Like they really
Pretty
just need
much.
to zero in on horror games, and because that experience or something with a lot of exploration and no HUD is going to be the most, like that's how you're going to get the most value out of the headset.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game.
Speaking of adventure, Tower of Axaba. I probably butchered.
Agazba or something.
Nope, don't care.
No,
I
hold
do.
on, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on,
that
hold on,
game,
hold
it's
on.
like
Don't
heavily
care.
influenced by Breath
like
of the Wild. It's literally just an adventure game.
Don't care.
Oh, so it copied
Congratulations. Yes, pretty much. Listen, we talked about how Breath of the Wild set a standard for open world exploration. So yeah, a lot of games are going to take influence from that.
Don't care.
So yes, I'm excited for this game. It looks pretty. So I want to see how the exploration. Cause I love a good adventure game. That's why I like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. It's literally just a grand adventure.
Yeah, it's
and
like
freedom to do everything. So that's why I'm excited for this game.
Tower of Mid. Go on.
Anyways,
Asshole.
the last game, Marvel Spider-Man 2. I thought that trailer looked sick, and it's crazy because a lot of people are complaining about some dumb thing.
What?
Okay,
There's
all right,
two
let's break
things.
it
All right,
down
we can
here.
get into it. Here we go.
There's two
First
things
thing.
mainly. The first thing is the suit. A
Oh,
lot of
I'm
people
gonna
don't
go.
like it because it
Whose
doesn't
suit?
look like an Spider-Man, the symbiote suit,
Hey, all those people
It's
can
pudgy.
eat a fucking
Shut
dick.
up.
because it doesn't
Shut
look like
up.
an actual suit. That's why.
Shut the fuck up. Number
It
one,
looks like
number one, the suit is dynamic. It changes as you fucking go. As he gets madder, the eyes are changing and shit. I don't want to hear shit from
By him
anyone.
getting madder, do you mean more gers? Because that's
Yeah,
it's
all
like
the
Wolf Sonic in Sonic Unleashed.
Was it the werehog?
Yes.
It's literally Peter Parker is werehog in this game.
Why did they? Here's the thing. I remember the Spider-Man 3 movie where he kind of got edgy, but I haven't seen a lot of Spider-Man like cartoons. Why does his voice get like, shut the fuck up?
It should.
Everybody's getting the fuck back. I'm gonna beat the fuck
No,
out of
no, no.
Rhino. Rhino's not gonna live.
The worst part of that trailer was at the end when they're chasing Dr. Connors as Lizard, and hey, that whole sequence was dope as shit. Okay, that was all awesome. The gameplay is going to be phenomenal, right? But then it's just him and Miles is like, "Be careful, Peter. Like he has teeth."
No, you sure you won't go after him? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
sure he has big teeth?
He has big teeth, and then Peter's like, "Yeah, well, I do too."
He's like, yeah, so do I.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, same." Or he's literally his catchphrase should be your
Ditto.
your mom, and then just swings away. Like, why?
It's so lame.
cringe. It's so.
And what
dumb.
I feel like
I feel like that's
surprised by-
the point, though. I
no,
feel like
no.
that's-
What point?
No, it's not.
He's a he's a
surprised.
nerdy scientist. Are you gonna take his evil shit seriously?
He sounded
If it
mad
was
before,
good,
but he
yeah.
was never like, "Grr, I'm Venom now." Like,
What I'm surprised though, Wope, is that there aren't people being like, "Oh, it's just ironically cool." There's people thinking it's genuinely like badass the way he's talking and acting. Like
Oh no, absolutely not.
there are.
Bad.
He sounds like a
It's
fucking
not,
dude.
moves
it's
that he
not
was doing.
bad, but it's like, like all
it's
right.
pretty bad. It's just like, damn, like
Hey, Micah.
maybe
also,
I'm not into the Spider-Man. shit
Oh,
like
y'all
y'all,
are
I
but-
will.
picking
No,
the
no,
fuck
no,
out of
Michael.
this.
I will
It's a
tell
10
you
out of
what's
10
badass
game.
about it. Listen. In the first game, he's literally saving criminals' lives, literally webbing them to poles and shit. After you throw them off the side of buildings, you get literally every criminal is saved. This. Did you see? He was killing people. He was literally killing
But
people.
why does his
Arkham
voice need to
Batman
change?
solo.
Why does his voice need to change though?
Because
Because
his
Dark
voice does
Spider-Man.
change. His voice.
That's the
His voice
that's
does
the symbiote
So, in a-
relationship.
Aside from the Venom suit, aside from the symbiote suit, instead of just being like a little bit deeper, maybe, or a little bit more monotone, he needs to be like,
Nedlord.
I also
Spider God.
I also have teeth. Do you want to see them? Like, no, what the fuck? Just instead of being like, "Hey, I'm Peter," be like, "Hey, I'm Peter." That's all you need. That's all you need.
You just want
On
to
a-
press
on a more-
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Gameplay-
that's better than fucking
Hey,
wearing a
I'm
suit
Peter.
and doing a comb over like in Spider-Man 3.
And then
That's
another
what
thing
doing
that
the fucking-
people,
Yeah.
Hey,
on a more
hey, Adam.
gameplay
I
centered.
hope they add that. That'll be
I'm gonna rub some dirt in your eye.
another thing that people complain about. The
water.
physics, yes.
The
water
looks
God.
like shit.
It didn't look amazing.
The water looks terrible. Like a PS2 game.
It's
How
basically
many
how
times are you
it's how
gonna
people
be in the water as Spider-Man? Go
Hey
ahead,
man, I'm not the one.
Hey,
it's how
maybe
people complained
put some.
about
I'm not saying the
Horizon
game
when
is bad,
Breath of
I
the
just
Wild
said
came out.
Hey, Chris, maybe put some emphasis in making the water look good when that's your first gameplay reveal.
That's a fair point.
Here's our game. Also, our water is polygons.
Hey, have you guys played Golem? Because that's what this water looks like.
It's funny. I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice the water at all.
No, because you weren't nitpicking. The people. So to put that stuff aside, the gameplay is specifically what I'm concerned about because the symbiote suit. I don't know if he fought Venom already in the other games, but at some point you're gonna have to fight Venom. Yeah,
To
at some
attain
point you're
that
gonna
suit,
have
right.
to fight Venom,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what? So if the symbiote suit becomes a main game mechanic, which it obviously
all
is,
it is Venom introduces puberty to Peter Parker.
after after you beat
15 years after he
Well-
had it.
after you beat Venom, do you not have the symbiote stuff anymore? Is that like gonna be a non-game option? I'm sure they'll figure out a way, but I'm just like, damn, it'd be kind of lame if after you beat the game you don't have it anymore. You get what I'm saying?
There's no way.
Because it obviously
There's no
makes
way.
the gameplay better.
They wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
It'll
Dude, if that stuff was in the first game, I would have beaten the first game.
story wise, yeah, there will
You
be a
didn't
way.
beat the first game?
I thought the first game was like boring story wise. I thought the swinging and stuff was fun, but everything else kind of it's like a Ubisoft game.
I understand what you're saying. The story,
You're not wrong.
the story's kind of like it's a Spider-Man like
Not just the story either. The side activities, people hyped up the side activities.
It got very
Like, there's a lot to
repetitive
do.
very
Yeah.
It's like
fast.
3 things to do.
Yeah.
It was just a modern Spider-Man 2. And I think that's
But
what
that's a safe route to go to, especially how.
yeah, it was safe, but it wasn't like
No, it wasn't like
aside
bad.
from this
I just didn't beat it 'cause I got bored.
aside from the web swinging, there was nothing, in my opinion, in that game that was like groundbreaking. The combat was already, a well-established thing.
The graphics at the time were also really
if you
good.
if you had problems with those things, then I highly suggest that you guys play Miles Morales because they streamlined a bunch of the shit from Spider-Man 1. And on top of that, the story from Miles Morales, in my personal opinion, is better than
Yeah, but it's like a $60 DLC, right?
Yeah. You mean the DLC?
It's literally a brand new game. My bad.
How long is the game?
15 hours if you complete it.
So if I do everything,
So you're telling me
You
that
wanted to
wasn't
overstay its welcome?
you're telling me that wasn't a
no,
DLC?
I'm just asking how much content is in the $70
they
game
have
or whatever.
DLC for the game, and it's good. They
have DLC squared. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Wait, they have DLC for the Miles Morales?
No, the Miles Morales.
No,
is
for
DLC.
Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
The
okay.
Catwoman story
With,
and then
yes.
Hammerhead.
Silver
and-
Lining,
Yeah.
and whatever else was called.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
By
Spider-Man.
that point, the game definitely gets stale.
a little bit.
Not
I got
then.
through half
Now,
of
yes, not then, though.
The Catwoman DLC, and I was like, okay, Adam, you can come take this PS4. I'm good now.
I don't know. Shit was kind of.
All right. So yes.
I mean, but that's like their flagship. Fucking like they built this whole shit to show off Spider-Man 2.
And okay, so here we go. Was the PlayStation showcase worth the Spider-Man reveal?
Yes.
No.
I like the trailer, so I give it a yes. I was hyped, but was it?
Well,
did
here,
I need
hold
all
on.
these other games?
How instead of saying was it worth it, because it doesn't matter if it was worth it was.
You had to watch all that other
It's there.
fucking bullshit
Right.
to get there.
So instead of it being worth it, what do we grade it if we're talking like
My bad, Xbox fan.
letter grades? Are we giving it a D, C, B?
It was
The
a
trailer,
C.
the entire showcase.
Yes, the
The
entire showcase.
It was a C.
You
give
guys
it
are
a-
being really.
I'll give it a B. If you want to be specific, I'll give it a B minus, but I give it a B.
I was gonna give it a B, but then you told me about the PlayStation
Well,
handheld, and now it's a C.
I'm not going to be Pacific. I'm going to be Atlantic, and I'm going to give it a B minus.
Yeah, B minus.
D.
You guys are nice. That was a C showcase. Especially
At least a C plus.
Everyone online
No,
agrees
no,
that
no,
it's
no,
pretty
no.
bad too. It's not like we're
After
being
Year of
haters here.
Dreams, after Year of Dreams, I don't want to hear anything like no. That was not it. That was not what we were looking for in the summer showcase. The begin to kick off the summer.
Hold on.
I'm changing my answer because I just remembered the PSQ and the earbuds. So I'm bumping
That's what I'm saying. It drops it.
I'm bumping it down to a C minus.
Oh wait,
half
Adam,
the show
you
was
didn't
a
talk about
fucking
the,
advertisement for their goddamn earbuds.
Adam, you didn't talk about the Xbox jab to Sony.
Oh, well, Chris can lead that off because he's the one who sent that to the group chat.
Yeah, finish us off, Chris, with that.
So
yeah, top us off.
There was a little jab on Twitter where Xbox had sent out. These games are coming to Xbox as well. And
not even as well. It was just like, hey, did you know that Metal Gear Solid Delta is coming to Xbox? You didn't hear about this anywhere else, right?
Wait, so the Xbox showcase is being revealed in theaters?
Yes. Well, you can watch
them motherfuckers are about to come out swinging.
No, they're not.
It's gonna be another C.
It's gonna be another
with Starfield
specifically about
Starfield
the features they already talked about.
With Starfield,
is Starfield a movie or a game?
What are you talking about?
Spider-Man would be the best movie I ever played.
Spider-Man will not be.
I'm going to call it now. I think the showcase is going to be okay, but the fact that they're doing it in a movie theater, people are going to be turned off by it. And
when is Summer Games Fest?
In the summer.
June 8th.
Oh, thanks.
June 8th, you said?
I don't know. I don't know if it'll be good or not, but I really want to see that Starfield showcase because I need to see how
Xbox
much they've been working on it. You said it's going to flop?
How Xbox is going to flop?
Like PlayStation did this whole show.
Turns out the console wars are still
yeah, y'all
going.
were talking all that shit.
Red hot.
All right. Well, we've covered a lot this show. So thank you for tuning in. If you guys are on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe there. Turn on the notification bell. And then hop over to Spotify, Apple Pod, wherever you get your podcast, and subscribe there as well. Go ahead and check out the link tree that is in the description below, and you'll get links to all of our social media accounts and everything else that you need there. So, yes, we appreciate it. This has been episode 17 of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the trivia because I changed things up, and I think it's going to be the best round of trivia yet. So
most tamed.
Tame, I don't know, but we'll see. Chris still has to go next week, so without anything else to add, because we've already been going for a while. Thank you for tuning in to PixelHate. My name's Adam. Again, I'm with Micah, Jamal, Chris, and Wope. We love you, and we will see you next time. But for now, we're getting off the game. Goodbye.
Logging off.
Make sure you subscribe for future Zelda squirting comps.
Oh my.